Hi, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm also fine.
Good.
Your name and which country do you come from?
Okay, my name is Fiona and I come from the UK.
Oh, okay. Fiona, so you are now in Ghana. What brings you to Ghana?
Amazing. It's so amazing. Everybody's so friendly. It's really colourful. It's got a lot going for it. Yeah, the people have been very nice and very welcoming.
So, what brought you to Ghana, actually?
I was taking part in a tour which included going to Benin and
Okay.
Togo and Ghana for the festivals, the voodoo festivals and this particular festival.
Okay.
Also, I'm going to teach in a school down on the coast in Dixcove for a month, maybe longer.
So, you joined a trip to go around some five
Yeah.
or four countries in Africa.
Yeah.
And currently, you are teaching at Disco.
At Dixcove, yes.
Okay, so what's the name of the school in Disco?
I don't know. It's the community school.
It's a community school.
Yeah.
And what subjects are you teaching there?
I'll be teaching English and maths.
English and mathematics.
Yeah.
So, what has been your experience so far traveling for 3 African countries, including Ghana? What has been the experience so far?
It's incredibly safe. People are incredibly friendly. Across the board, in almost every country I've been to, I've never felt threatened. I've never felt afraid. Okay, I haven't been out walking around in the streets on my own. I put my phone in my bag generally, but I've never felt safe. People generally want to help you and really just want to welcome you into their country and to show you their country. They have big hearts.
So, has there been any misconceptions erased from your mind as a result of you being in Africa? Especially, I know overseas there are so many misconceptions about Africa. So, you being in almost 3 African countries, has any misconception been erased from your mind? And if so, what is that?
Oh, totally. Everybody thinks it's dangerous.
Okay.
Everybody thinks it's really dirty. Everybody thinks that you're going to be robbed to get off the aeroplane, but that's not at all. And there are people who would steal something. If you leave your phone out, somebody might steal it, but that would happen in the UK. I'm more likely to get mugged in the UK these days than in Africa. A lot of people have a lot of respect for the traditions in Africa, and because they believe in maybe the afterlife and the ancestors, they want to be good, they want to be decent people. Against the odds, they work hard, they don't have very much money, but they're very generous with what they have. I think religion and especially sort of voodoo and things like that, it plays a big part in their lives. And also families, they're very strong with their families. In the UK and the West, I think we've lost that family feel. They don't have the respect for their families so much, they don't have the respect for religion or beliefs anymore.
So, how would you compare the various African group of Africans that you have met, being in Rwanda, in Benin, right?
Yeah.
And then also Ghana? How different are the people? Would you say they are basically the same, or you find certain differences among them with regards to their reception and all of that?
There is a difference in Rwanda because, of course, the genocide was 30 years ago, and a lot of people either remember it, were part of it, or have been traumatized through their parents because of it. But it means that it's a country that's working hard and pulling together to make a unity. And the Prime Minister, who has been there since the genocide finished, has been really strong about making it one community. There are no Tutsis and Hutus. There's just one community, and they are Rwandan, and he's been very strict about that. He runs once a month. Everybody has to take part in a Kirawanda Day, where they all have to volunteer to help the community. So they dig ditches, they mend lights, they clean up in front of their doors. Everybody helps their neighbours, and it's a fantastic way, a community spirit. Each village has its own leader. The leader has a meeting every week. they talk through issues and it's resolved. So it's a country that's getting back on its feet by the hard work of the Rwandans, and everybody has that respect, which is phenomenal.
Okay. So what has been the experience so far being in Ghana? How many days have you been in Ghana so far?
I've only been in Ghana for 3 days.
For 3 days. And you are already teaching?
No, and I will be teaching.
Okay, you will be teaching.
I'll be teaching next week.
Okay, so you've not started teaching?
I haven't started teaching
Okay.
yet, no. I'm heading down there on Wednesday.
Okay.
So far, the experience has been very interesting because I've been with a tour group. I felt a bit like a tourist. We've been on and off a nice bus, which is aircon, and we've glimpsed life in Ghana. I am really looking forward to getting down into the village, working with the teachers, working with the community and with the children, living like a local, eating like a local, and just not being as such a tourist. Because then I think I will really understand and learn about the Ghanaian people.
So what do you expect going to Dixcove? What are some of the things you expect?
I would expect that, and this is a big difference between the West and Africa, the children in Africa want to learn. They're very obedient, they're very respectful, and they want to learn. They will try really hard. Sadly, in the West, so many people think it's a chore to go to school. Do I have to go to school? Whereas in Africa, if children get the opportunity to go to school, they don't waste that opportunity. They're really diligent. They turn up to school smart, in clean uniforms, and they try really hard. It's really satisfying.
So would you say that has been the motivation for you
Yeah.
teaching here?
Yeah, it really has, and it's been a motivation because it's so satisfying to see the children, that they're listening and they're trying to improve their lives,
Okay.
which is fantastic.
So why Dixcove? Why not any other?
Oh, because I had a contact of somebody that had built this school,
Okay.
and they told me about the school, and then put me in touch with the headmaster and told me that that's where I should go. So it was the only school I had any contact with.
Okay.
So that's why.
I pray that you come into contact with other schools so that you can
I'm sure I
join other schools. Yeah. So what has been your thoughts generally being among the Ashantis? Today we are here for the biggest festival. Well, what has been your thoughts, your reactions? I know you've heard a lot about the Ashanti people. I know this is not the first time of hearing about them. What has been your thoughts so far about them since you came to meet them?
It's obviously a very strong family unit that's based on history. I need to learn more about the Ashanti people, but from what I see, they've got a strong king, and that's gone down through generations of people, and they respect that hereditary, and that history that they've achieved. There's nobody, I don't know, but I haven't seen anybody bad-mouthing the king. They look up to him as a leader and respect him, which is a good thing. We have a royal family too, and I do like my royal family. I think it's a good thing in a country to have a leader, as long as he's not corrupt, or he or she is not corrupt.
Okay, thank you very much, Fiona.
Pleasure. Thank you so much. Thank you.